We have a very special panel to end our day with. We've been talking a lot through the day about transmedia, about where it came from and what's it turned into, and from all different perspectives. And I think no one would have typified transmedia more as an individual than Dave Szulborski. Dave Szulborski was a wonderful leader in this genre when it was known as simply ultra reality gaming, and even before that, when he was a beta tester and a game jacker during the Majestic days. Dave Szulborski unfortunately lost his battle with cancer a few years ago, and we wanted to look back at his life and his accomplishments. We've got some really interesting panelists here. You'll see we have Dee Cook over here. She couldn't make it here, but everyone say hello to Dee. It's a bit shadowy there with the backlight and stuff, but she's going to contribute wherever she can. We'll try and keep the audience noise to a minimum so she can hear everything that's coming on from the other panelists. And we've got Haley Moore and Pixie and Michelle Senderhauf here as well, and I was really looking forward to this one today, so take it away.
Hey guys. So for those of you who don't know Dave and the breadth and importance of his work, he was the first professional independent ARG creator, and he was one of the first people to make the transformation, so many of us have already done, from player to puppet master to real professional. He actually holds the Guinness World Record for world's most prolific ARG developer. He worked on 13 major ARGs in his lifetime. Dave passed away in April 2009 after a long battle with leukemia. The four of us knew Dave and were touched by his work, and today we are just remembering and celebrating him. I think we should go through and explain how we all knew him. Dee was joining us by Skype, was first a pro player, right? And then eventually
Actually, I never did get the chance to play a Dave game before I started working with him. I started out in the unfiction community. Well, actually, I started out playing Majestic, where I was a beta tester along with Dave, but our paths never really crossed. I do remember seeing something about change agents, but I never dove into that at the time because I was busy having my daughter. So that kind of curtailed my participation with change agents and with the Beast and everything else. And then I didn't pick up with alternate reality games again until 2003, around the time when Chasing the Wish was coming to an end, and everybody was just raving about it, talking about their incredible experiences with Chasing the Wish and the Gray Weathers puzzle that nobody had managed to solve before then, and everything else. And I was so excited about alternate reality games at that point. I really, really wanted to get into the creation side. So Dave had a section on his website at the time saying Puppet Masters wanted. So I emailed him and I said, hey, I want to be a Puppet Master. And that was around, I think, February of 2004. And he emailed me back. He said, well, I'm thinking about doing this horror ARG. Are you interested? And I said, yeah, I'd love to. And that, of course, ended up being Dread House. And so I started working with him then, and I worked with him on several projects after that. So that's my Dave origin story.
We also have Michelle, who has a similar history of both playing games that were the origins for Dave as well, and also working with them.
I too started out with Majestic, but didn't cross paths with Dave. This was a time where I was really into computer games. I worked at a video game store, and when Majestic came out, it was like, oh my God, it calls you, and it was really exciting, and I played it, but I wasn't really involved in the community aspect of the internet yet, so I totally missed out on the Beast. I hardly talked to anyone else who was playing Majestic. I kind of played it like a single-player game. And after it ended, I found fiction and played a few ARG-ish games, but my first one was Chasing the Wish. And everybody always says that your first one, and one that hooks you is always your favorite. It's true in my case too. And amazing game. And instantly, as soon as the game finished, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. And I started making my own game with some friends and worked on a couple little things. But soon after, actually before either of those were released, I think, I got an email that was titled, "A Little Birdie Told Me." And it was from Dave, and I was like, oh, is this a Trailhead? What is it? But it's from Dave. And he said, "A little birdie told me that you were interested in working on ARGs." Yes, absolutely. And this was for Chasing the Wish 2. And I was torn. I wanted to play another Dave game. It's my favorite game. But I want to work with Dave. So I did work with them. And that was the first time I worked with them, and then continued on many of his following games working for him. And really, I owe my career to him. He's the first one who asked me to work on a game for free, and the first one who paid me to work on a game. And then the first game I ever worked on that had like a client, that was huge. So I owe my whole career to him.
Raise your hand if you're on this panel and Dave was the first person to pay you to do work on a reality. He was a huge mentor for all of us. We wouldn't have careers in this without him.
I actually have a page of quotes that I printed out here in preparation for this panel, and one of them is a quote from Dave, and it says, "I'm thrilled to get you your first paying ARGI type job." He loved doing that. He loved it.
He loved bringing in new people and not necessarily teaching them, mentoring them. He always wanted to bring somebody new into the game.
Yeah, he was crazy enough to let me. I don't know what his name is. And then we have Pixie, who is apparently officially Dave's biggest fan.
According to Dave, I was I hate the whole past tense thing. I got involved with ARGs because of a webcomic called Pen Arcade. And they were really into the Halo game, I love these. And I can tell you very, very plainly, I do not love these. I came to the forums and it was full of children who were all about this game that I had no interest in, although I was interested in the art surrounding the game, so I kind of tried to work through that. While I was doing that, somebody else who was in the ARGFest community said, "Oh, I found this trailhead, and it's really, really cool." And it was an advertisement for a reality TV show. This was in 2004 when I guess like Survivor games or shows like that started being really big. And it presented itself in a way that if you tried to sign up to be a contestant, it would tell you that they were full, and that they needed people to be someone on the website to help the players on this reality TV show. And so everybody would sign up for it, and immediately you would get a form letter. And it really doesn't matter what the form letter said. All that matters is that the first letter of every sentence spelled out urban mythology org, which took you on this fantastic journey in that the players deemed urban hunt, but the PMs called Jet House. And it was wonderful. It was, I owe Dave my entire Friends connection. I have, by choice, I have very little friends outside of the parent community, and I come here every year as a family reunion.
You'll probably see a lot of this.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
I owe Dave for all of that. This game was so fantastic, and it was a grassroots game, and you would never know it, the way he did his games, that they were ever grassroots. There was so much depth to them. I don't know how long it took you guys to make these games, but he had such an amazing quality with his writing and his ability to put together PM teams that could totally blow your mind, suck you in. The characters were so important to the players. For Dreadhouse Urban Hunt, there was a character who everybody was convinced was the bad guy, except for me, or probably some other people as well. But I was very vocal about the fact that I didn't think he was the bad guy. And he ended up in a twist getting killed by the bad guy at the end of the game. And everybody who loved the guy who ended up being the bad guy was really, really depressed because he was the bad guy. Well, I was really depressed because the guy that I was rooting for the whole time actually died. I cried over this guy. I was not the only one to be this upset. And I came to my first ARGFest in New York specifically to meet these people who made this one game. I was like, oh my God, I have to meet Dave, I have to meet Dave, who I'm friends with now. It's amazing to me that these people were so personable. I was very, very starstruck. Somebody actually had to take me by the shoulders over to Dave and say, this is Pixie. And I'm like, I mean, it was, yeah, I was very starstruck, and he was so personable. And I also at the time was playing another game that I didn't actually know was them, but I had an inkling that Dee was involved, which was Art Talk, and Dee ruined it for me because I took a picture with her in the hallway during the game end. But I never worked with Dave. I continuously said I would never want to work with Dave because I could not play his games. And I like to believe that that's why I was never pulled behind the curtain, because it's not like he didn't take me under his wing like he did everybody else. He gave me tons of advice. I was trying to get involved as well, although it took me a very long time. I'm very sad that he will never get to see what I'm trying to do. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, for people to understand the depth and breadth of the size of these games, I mean, we all nowadays are like, okay, we're going to do a 4-week alternate reality or whatever, and it's going to be, that's the perfect little size. The first Chasing the Witch game was 9 months.
And this was 9 months full of
your activity of updates every day or every other day.
I mean, it's consumed your life. It was like having a baby. It was 9 months of